Call to order. Would you all rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Be seated. Thank you. I'd like to start out with my designee for alternates. We have Neil Bumgardner and Butch Dawson. We have with us Russ Pagowski. You have any designations for your alternate, Russ?
Barney Gordon and Jerry Lucci.
On the ladies' auxiliary will be Debbie Hanford. Right now we have nominations for committee chairman. Neil.
Okay, I'd like to nominate John Haskins.
I'd like to make a nomination for Mike.
Yes.
I'd like to nominate John Haskins as the committee chairman for this term.
We have any other nominations? There you go. All right, well, that'll take care of that.
We probably need a second on that.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
A nomination for vice chairman. Do you have any nominations for vice chairman?
Barney Gordon.
What's that?
Barney Gordon. Barney.
Barney?
Barney Gordon.
I would serve.
Any other nominations for vice chairman? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, can we have the approval of the minutes? I guess that's me too, right? Chairman Newland called the Veterans Advisory Committee to order at 3 p.m. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited. Roll call. Present, Wayne Newland, member of the American Legion, chairman. Barney Gordon, alternate member of the American Legion and alternate member of the VFW. John Haskins, commander of the VFW. Jerry Lucci, vice commander of the American Legion. Char
Clink.
Glynn, president of the American Legion Ladies Auxiliary. Absent was Russ Pagowski, commander of the American Legion. Also present, Joe Griffin, city manager. Andrea Coy, vice mayor. Michelle Morris, chief of police. Jason Gillette, police officer. Kathy Testa, recording secretary.
Mr. Chairman, may I make a motion, since each member has the minutes before them and has reviewed them, that we take them in toto if there are any changes and just go ahead and pass on them?
Say it a little bit louder, Mary.
In other words, we don't need to read the whole thing if everybody has had an opportunity to look at it.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah.
yes.
So I'd like to make a motion, we go ahead and approve them as read and approved by all members.
All right. Motion been made to approve the minutes as everybody understands them to be correct.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Take care of that. Okay, excuse me. Old business, the location of the museum.
as of right now, I don't see how we're going to put it anywhere. American Legion doesn't have the money to do it. And it's going to take money. It has to be air conditioned, a platform, everything. So I would just say, put it on the agenda for it, leave it the way it is.
Just put it on hold for now, or?
Put it on hold.
We can table it, yes, we can table that.
Table the museum for now.
You probably need a vote on it. It's,
Not if we're tabling, we'll just table it. Okay, we have public input. Do we have anybody with, any public input? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, if I may approach, ladies, gentlemen. I'm just looking, second vice at the American Legion Post 189 here. And I'm just looking towards the council for a little bit of perhaps guidance. I would like to place a American Legion, and I'd also think the VFW, if they want to put a sign on with us. But I see signs coming into town. The Exchange Club, the Lions International, Rotary International, Sebastian Masonic Lodge, Sebastian Power Squadron, no veterans clubs. So I'm just looking for a little guidance from the Veterans Council, how to proceed on erecting a sign, welcoming people to the American Legion and the VFW in town, with just below it they have a little plaque saying meeting night such and such. They all, I just think it would be good for the Legion, it would be good for the VFW, and it's good for the town as people are passing through. A lot of people look specifically for veterans clubs or those types of clubs. Like I said, everybody else seems to be well represented, but I see no veterans welcoming sign. So I'm just looking for some guidance.
I think that's a great idea, but we would have to get permission from the city to post the signs.
You
right
see,
now.
I actually, if I may interject, I actually think that's before the city. That's just north of Krogel's. I don't think we're within the city. We may be. I mean, I don't know the layout specific. Is it within the city there?
The signs south to north on US 1, you're correct, sir. It's that's within the county. That's not within the city limits.
We'd have to
Now,
go
on the
through
north
county.
side of town, I'm not sure if there are any signs whatsoever. It's only south to north.
I think there are actually a
Really?
couple on the north side as well. And there are a couple, I think, just east of the library as well. Not this many, not 6, 2 or 3. And I think there are a couple north side as well. I'm not sure where they lay. I go by that way every day coming north, and I just see them, and I just think that the veterans aren't represented whatsoever.
I might suggest on part of this, Joe Fisher is our representative for the county in this area, and it could be presented to Joe. He'll be at the Wednesday meeting, most likely, of the Veterans Council down in the administration.
Okay,
That'd
that's
be
this
one
Wednesday?
start.
This
Yeah,
Wednesday?
Wednesday at 1:30.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, as far as yes, I'd be glad to work with you on procuring the signs, and we'll do whatever we have to do to get some up. I think it would be a great idea.
Yeah, okay, so you think the next step then would be to approach Commissioner Fisher on this?
Yeah, if that's in the jurisdiction, I would say yes. That way he can guide you on it and take you through it. He's very familiar with this
Sure.
locality.
Okay, good. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Do we have any other? Yes, ma'am. Andrea Coy, our vice mayor.
Thank you. Is this on? Are we on? Yeah, okay. That is a good idea, because you're right. There's signs for everybody else, but there are some signs that are within the city of Sebastian that, who pays for those?
Some are on us, but some are provided by for example, Masonic Lodge. They provide those signs. I think the Rotary has one, maybe the Exchange Club. They're all provided by the Exchange Club or Rotary because they have their logo. And they have supplied those signs. I think in the past, we have, with the county's permission, we have put them up. In other words, they'll supply the sign. We might, our city sign shop would provide the post and would put it up with the county's permission, but we can help with that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joe.
But that's not what I got up to say. I just wanted to thank both commanders and announce publicly Veterans Day coming up. I don't know when is your next scheduled meeting, Jeanette? When is the next meeting? 2 months from now? Okay, so we'll be beyond Veterans Day, so we'll start putting the word out. But I wanted the public to know, and this Veterans Council to know, that with both commanders and I have been working on something very unique for Veterans Day. And I think it's going to be a super duper hit. And what we're going to be doing, and for the public's benefit, is the Charter Junior High School here in Sebastian is going to be conducting most of the ceremony. The kids are going to be standing up there telling people what veterans mean to them and what Veterans Day means to them. It's everything we've been talking about and saying we'd like to do. We want the kids to be involved, and this is our first shot at it. I think it's going to be really, really, really good. So the public's invited, 11 November at 11 o'clock in the park, and let's be there to support the kids who are supporting us. I think this is a wonderful opportunity. So I wanted to thank you guys for entertaining that, and maybe we can do some more things in a different light for our ceremonies, because you keep getting us beat up old politicians up there, and it's the same thing time after time, and it tends to get a little political, and there's nothing political about these ceremonies. These are about veterans. There's nothing political when a bullet kills you. You can be a Republican, a Democrat, an independent, or a communist. A bullet kills. So this is a nice way to change up and do something a little bit different in honor of the veterans in the community. And it brings the people in and lets them participate too. So it's not always us. The other good news story is at the council meeting last Wednesday night, the chief of police accepted the responsibility for doing the 9/11 ceremony. They really should be doing that. The police and the fire department, that's their day. I'm not sure how veterans got into it. Maybe the veterans started it, and it's been a good thing, but it's really their ceremony. And so if you're willing, they are willing to take that responsibility on, and that's, instead of 6 ceremonies, you'll be down to 5. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes. Well, I'd like to also thank you for all the help you've been with through all this, Ms. Coy. For those that don't know, she's been very involved with me in working with the schools and working with Michelle Morris, and I appreciate all the help. And we would like to really extend our thanks out to Michelle Morris and the city for all the help that they tried to give us for 9/11. With the hurricanes and that, we got shut down, but the city and the police department was so on board, and it was very well appreciated. We're all in the same community here, and working together, we can do so much more than just a couple of organizations try to do something by themselves. If we work together, we can. I believe we can accomplish a lot more.
Commander, you stole my words, because Wednesday night I thanked them too. I thanked the police department for being prepared to do a great job. We actually missed it. Community night out was last Saturday, and that speaker that they had was down in our park Saturday. So we're on the same page, as usual.
What about the fire department?
Well, we'll let the police department worry about that, won't we? It's tough. It's really tough getting the fire department to participate. And I can say that on a whole bunch of levels, not just for ceremonies, but for inspections, I'll be careful. Okay, he gave me
On
the
that,
look.
Andrea, from what I understand from a couple of the firemen, is that they have both the chief and the assistant chief getting ready to retire, and they just didn't want to get involved in anything. It would be great, it would really be great to see the fire department come on board along with the police department and us to turn around and put these ceremonies on.
I think they have a better chance than we all might have. The chief of police has really good rapport than probably any one of us, including myself, and including this guy over here. I really would trust that if anybody could bring them around, Chief could do it.
I'll bet you.
One question, Andrea. If the fire department does decide to be the rifle squad, we'd like to know ahead of time because we order a bus from West Palm Beach to bring the honor guard over and back and give them an escort. So if they're not going to be involved directly, we just need to know maybe a week or two ahead.
Everything will be done in conjunction with each other. We will have the meetings, and so everybody will be prepared for what we're doing.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Barney, I did understand the honor guard is for...
Well, the honor guard does the firing squad. They have the firing squad, and we usually provide them with a bus from the West Palm Beach veterans. But this would be they bring.
That's up to them. If they want us to do it, we'll do it.
Yeah.
The honor guard does the bell
Well, we have
ringing.
no problem. It's just
and
we
the
need to
fire
know ahead
squad.
of time.
I finally caught, I got it, I'm on, okay. Yeah, and deal with the commanders doing the, for this one, both commanders are working together for the bell ringing, and I know Commander Pikowski was going to deal with the bell ringing, so
Yeah.
so he'll deal with you on that one. And
Yes, we will have, any of the functions we do, we will all be working together. We will have meetings, and everybody will know exactly what part we expect out of everybody. And that's the good thing about this, is us working together as a team. Everybody will know where everybody's going, and I tell you, it can make it a really nice, successful event on all of them.
I see a lot of potential. I really, really do.
I do too.
And I see some change and some different things to bring more people from the community and get involved in the ceremonies. So anyway, thank you both for helping me with this one project and saying it's okay to do it, because this is going to be fun. You're going to love it. I know it.
Okay,
Just know it.
again, I thank you very much for your help, Andrew.
Thank you. Oh, I had one other thing that you might want to put on the next agenda. In reading the minutes from the last meeting, I had a hard time understanding what the intent was. The 4th of July parade order, which was handed out and is generally acceptable, I had asked you all at the last meeting to affirm that. And I was a little confused by the minutes on what the decision was. You might want to put this on the next agenda, or I don't know if it can be added to this agenda.
I would put on the next agenda, let us go over
Just
that.
to affirm that for the next, because before you know it, 4th of July is going to come around.
For sure.
And you know the deal.
Well, yes, I do.
Okay.
I think what happened, Andrea, is I was at that meeting. The motion was made to ask to have a coordination between the VFW American Legion, and Wayne Newland was particularly wanted to do it, with the Lions Club, so that there would be specific organization by the Lions Club on the problem that you were
I didn't read
discussing.
that as the motion. I didn't understand that to be the motion. And
well,
what
that's
happens
why-
if the Lions Club is not doing it this year? This is the
I don't
city.
know.
It
I
should
see.
be,
Well,
the city needs to know
Well, if
first.
they're not involved,
So
it's not
whoever's doing the parade, whether it be, I don't know, they may be, but they do what you decide. This is a protocol. Lions Club has no idea who goes before who,
No, they don't.
and it's never worked out.
Definitely need protocol.
I will set up a meeting with us and turn around and get that attended to.
Yeah, and maybe just put it on the next agenda.
All right.
for your next- Thank you.
Under the public input, our Cooties membership is going to be putting on a drive for toiletries for our veterans. They're going to have a box at the VFW, and possibly, I haven't had a chance to talk to you yet, Russ, maybe a box over the American Legion. Everybody always wants to send boxes of candy and gummy bears and all that stuff to our veterans. They have a lot of need for, like, deodorant and socks and shaving gear, things like that. And our Cootie's going to turn around and they're getting that set up. And it would be a nice time for, we have Christmas coming up, so they're going to try to set up for getting out to our veterans for Christmas.
What is this Cootie?
Cooties is the honorary membership of the VFW that handles the hospital programs. They're the guys with the funny hats, the funny red hats that run around at the hospitals and cheer the people up and stuff like that. It's an honor to be a Cootie, and they are mostly involved in hospital functions and taking care of our hospitalized veterans to make sure that they have all their needs and things like that. Andrew already spoke on Veterans Day. The VFW Post will be having a dinner for Thanksgiving for any of our needy families. And we're also working on our Christmas program for needy families. If any of our people here know of any needy families, please submit a contact information to me. We try to take care of as many of the needy children that we can for Christmas. And, well, we already thanked the chief. I guess that'll be it for me. Does anybody else here have anything else?
Yes, sir.
Barney?
On the new business, I have a couple of items.
All righty, well, that's where we're going now.
What I'd like to do first is, I notice it's up here, so it should be announced, the Community Night Out on October 3rd from 5 to 7 p.m. at Sebastian Riverview Park. This is where a meeting of local, state, and federal law enforcement officers and see emergency vehicles, motorcycles, and boats. Meet Colonel Danny McKnight from Black Hawk Down, and they will have that present at that event coming up tomorrow, I believe that is, if I remember correctly. I wanted to get that on the record. I have also the new program going for Veterans in the Classroom program for 2017 and 2018. We will be initiating this program with the school board on about October the 19th, I believe it is, at a regular principals meeting. The program has been changed, and whereby on our Americanism program, we are going to divide it according to grades on it because of the different learning area of each section of these grades. Obviously, as they start from the first grade forward, the child learns more and more and becomes more involved. For the Americanism for the second and third grades is new. It'll be approximately 30 minutes on discussion and oral presentations of video instruction for our younger children. It is our hope to expose the children to the concept of Americanism by discussing the American flag, teaching the proper way to honor our flag and our veterans, and to sing and march along the same American music. Now, for the 5th through 8th grades, we will have approximately a 45 to 50-minute presentations designed to fit in one full period of discussion, oral presentations, and video instruction for the middle grade students. We will discuss the Pledge of Allegiance and its meaning, flag etiquette, Star-Spangled Banner creation, meaning, and history, and we'll give the students a hand-on section where they can fold the American flag into a triangle for proper presentation. This has been done with all the classes, very popular, incidentally, on it. That is the Americanism program. Now, we've made a change for the Veterans Day program. For the 5th through 8th grades, It's approximately 45 to 50 minutes designed to fit one full period of discussion and oral presentation and video instruction for our middle grade students. We discuss what a veteran is and what it means to be a veteran. We differentiate between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. We instruct students to the reason we honor the veterans and what it is that they have provided for them. We talk about what the regular soldiers were nicknamed throughout American history. We discuss women in the military and offer examples of difficult ethnic groups which have made up our military. We end with a Q&A periods always offered so that the students can interact with the veterans. Now in that program, we have not done from the first to fourth grades. It's optional yet, we're discussing it, but we feel that that type of a day rather is better from the 5th to 8th grades.
Right.
All right, now, on Memorial Day, we will do it for the 7th and 8th grades on it. And the reason that we are doing it for the 7th and 8th grades is that Memorial Day is a remembrance of those who died for our country and our way of life on it. And sometimes we feel that it may not be appropriate yet for the age limit before. But that's open for discussion with the school board. But we designed for a full period of discussion, oral presentation, and video introduction about Memorial Day. We differentiate from Memorial Day and Veterans Day so students learn why they have both holidays. Because of the nature of the material, we are leaning away from the 5th and 6th grades. However, if it is asked for, we will make an elementary school presentation. We offer students an insight into military honors associated with a veteran's funeral and the burial of a combat soldier. We offer some American history education as regards to the origination of the Memorial Day and how our fallen soldiers were honored around the world for their sacrifices. So those are the changes that we will be presenting to the school board in the very near future for their programs. And actually, we are asking the school board to, rather than have individual classes, we're asking them to do assembly type if we can, to bring the programs, more people in, which has not really been a problem, but it's better for us than have to break and then maybe have a lunch and then have to go to a period again.
Correct, yes, I agree
now,
with you.
that will be up to the school board to decide, but we are working on that. That's all I have, Mr.
Thank you,
Chairman.
Bernie. Do we have any other new business? I would like to take a moment right now to, everybody is, I assume, has heard about this tragedy we've had in Las Vegas this morning. I would like to turn around and just have everybody rise and take a moment of silence in remembrance of all the ones there we've lost in the tragedy. Thank you.
I have put my flag at half-mast.
Yes, all flags should be at half-mast. That's that's a real tragedy right there we're hitting. Member matters. Do we have anything, Mr. Dawson? Do you have anything that you, Mr. Baumgardner,
Nothing at this time.
Jerry?
I would just want to recommend that we perhaps give a letter of thanks to Mr. Wayne Newland for his 2 terms, I believe, as chairman during the last year's Met sessions. It would be, I think, nice because Wayne is a very hard worker, and he did an excellent job.
No problem. Yes, we'll take care of that. Do you have, Brian, the high school band's number
The number of high school?
for the band?
Your phone number or?
Yeah, the phone
No, I
number.
don't. I'm sorry, I don't have that. Wayne, we can get it for you though.
Yeah, I got to get that because I got to call them for see if they can come for Veterans Day. Okay, I guess that. Mr. Griffin, do you have anything for us?
Just for the record, I did deliver that email to you that was addressed to Mr. Newland from a citizen, Miss Anderson. So you should have that, sir. The only other thing that was part of my assignment after the last meeting was to check in on a tent donation or tent usage for the Memorial Day event for the Honor Guard.
Right.
So I have been in touch with Mr. Falzone about that, the Rotary Club, and his question was, is this just for Memorial Day, or are we going to do it for the other events, Veterans Day, et cetera? And frankly, I didn't know the answer to that. I didn't know what the committee was
I would say the
looking
two
for.
main ones would be Veterans Day and Memorial Day. The others are pretty much just short services, but you know, it'd be nice if they could. But it's going to be a lot of work for them to do that. But he had approached me and said he would like to do that. But you know, if they would, we have a lot of elderly people on our honor guard, and we all know it gets hot out there. And
I agree.
You know, I mean, if they could do it, it would be fabulous and greatly appreciated.
I'll get back with him. I'll see if he can't set that up, start it on Veterans Day on November 11th. There's not going to be a meeting before Veterans Day. I'll see if that can happen. If it can't happen, then I'll definitely try to do it for Memorial Day.
Okay, we appreciate it, Joe.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, I guess that will take care of it. We're ready to adjourn. We have a motion to adjourn.